Good morning students, myself Dr. Alpna Chaudhary. Students, as we have discussed briefly all the diseases of tropical disease in the previous video, now we will study each and every disease in detail. So, today's topic is poliomyelitis. What are the objectives of poliomyelitis? Etiology, epidemiology, pathogenesis, clinical manifestations, diagnosis, differential diagnosis, DD, management, prevention, prognosis. This is a common. Paralysis is the most common presentation of poliomyelitis. Etiology. What about etiology? Poliomyelitis is an acute enteroviral illness caused by poliovirus. 3 serotypes are present, type 1, 2, 3. So students, what do you understand about entero illness? Enterovirus are shed in respiratory secretions and stool, and sometimes are present in the blood and cerebrospinal fluid of infected patients. The poliovirus are extremely hardy and can retain infectivity for several days at room temperature. Epidemiology. The most devastating result of poliovirus infection is paralysis. Paralysis are more in adolescents in the developed countries and more in infants in the developing countries. Paralytic polio occurring in about one among 1000 infections among infants to about 100 infections among adolescents. Universal vaccinations result in global eradication by 2000. 99% decline, but continued transmission occur in some poor countries in Asia and Africa. See this graph, see global distribution graph. In 1988, 3,50,000 cases 125 countries में, and 4 endemic countries में 1292 cases in 2010. So the number of worldwide polio cases has fallen from an estimated 3,50,000 in 1988 to fewer than 1,300 in 2010, a decline of more than 99% in reported cases. सक्सेसफुल ग्लोबल पोलियो इरेडिकेशन एफर्ट्स में सबसे पहले सीडीसी क्या है, जानते हैं कौन सी क्या है ये? सीडीसी आर सेंटर फॉर डिजीज कंट्रोल एंड प्रिवेंशन. दिस इज कॉल्ड सीडीसी. सो सीडीसी एंड इट्स इंटरनेशनल पार्टनर्स have made significant progress over the past 22 years. 3 regions of the world are certified polio free, that is the Americas, Europe and the Western Pacific. Only 4 polio endemic countries that have never interrupted the transmission of wild polio virus remain Afghanistan, India, Nigeria and Pakistan. Pathogenesis. Humans are the only known reservoir for the poliovirus, which are spread by facial oral route. So poliovirus is spread from the intestinal tract to the CNS, where they cause aseptic meningitis. What is aseptic meningitis? What is meningitis? मैं पहले भी आपको ये सब चीज़ें अलग से एकदम डिस्क्राइब करके बताइए, फिर भी मैं बताती चल रही हूँ बेटा, क्योंकि कॉमन टर्मिनोलॉजी है जिसमें आपको बिल्कुल भी कंफ्यूज नहीं होना है. So meningitis is an inflammation of the meninges The meninges are the three membranes that cover the brain and spinal cord. Meningitis can occur when fluid surrounding the meninges become infected. The most common causes of meningitis are viral and bacterial infections and poliomyelitis. Poliovirus primarily infects AHC and medulla oblongata. However, poliovirus has almost never been cultured from CSF in patients with paralytic disease. What are the clinical manifestations? The incubation period is usually 8 to 12 days. 5 to 35 days भी हो सकता है. Poliovirus infections with wild type virus may follow first of several courses. In apparent infection 90 to 95% of cases and causes no disease and no sequels. Abortive poliomyelitis 5% है. नॉन पैरालिटिक पोलियोमाइलाइटिस 1% है. पैरालिटिक पोलियोमाइलाइटिस 0.1% है. सो what are the abruptive poliomyelitis? It is a non-specific influenza-like syndrome, occurs 1 to 2 weeks after infection. Fever, malaise, anorexia and headache are prominent features, and there may be sore throat and abdominal or muscular pain and vomiting. The illness is short-lived up to 2 to 3 days. The physical examination may be normal or may reveal non-specific pharyngitis, abdominal or muscular tenderness and weakness. Recovery is complete with no neurological sign or sequel develop. Now, non-paralytic क्या है? Non-paralytic poliomyelitis. It is more intense headache, nausea, vomiting, as well as soreness and stiffness of the posterior muscles of neck, trunk and limbs. Fleeting paralysis of the bladder and constipation are frequent. Approximately 2 by 3 of these children have a short symptom-free interlude between the first phase, minor illness, and the second phase, central nervous system diseases or major illness. Nuchal and spinal rigidity are the basis for the diagnosis of non-paralytic poliomyelitis during the second phase. What are the nuchal and spinal rigidity? It is neck stiffness, stiff neck and nuchal rigidity are terms often used interchangeably to describe the medical condition which one experiences discomfort or pain when trying to turn, move or flex the neck. Possible causes include muscle strain or sprain, cervical spine disorder, meningitis and subarachnoid hemorrhage. Reflexes are absent with onset of flaccid paralysis. Sensory changes don't occur. Patients with aseptic meningitis never have paralysis. Now, paralytic poliomyelitis. 3 clinically recognizable syndromes that present a continuum of infection differentiated only by the portion of the CNS most severely affected. First one is spinal paralytic poliomyelitis. Second one is bulbar poliomyelitis. And third one is polioencephalitis. What are the polioencephalitis? It is a viral infection of the brain causing inflammation within the grey matter of the brain stem. The virus has an affinity of neuronal cell bodies and has been found to affect mostly the midbrain, pons, medulla, cerebellum of most infected patients. Spinal paralytic poliomyelitis. First phase corresponds to abruptio poliomyelitis. This may be followed by 2 to 5 days of apparent normalcy. Then the second phase, which is characterized by severe headache and fever, motor and sensory changes, paresthesia, hyperparesthesia, fasciculations, spasm paralysis that is characteristically spotty and commonly involves one leg or one arm with more proximal that distal weakness. Bowel and bladder dysfunctions are common. What do you understand by paresthesia? Students, paresthesia refers to a burning or prickling sensation that is usually felt in the hands, arms, legs or feet, but it can also occur in other part of the body. The sensation, which happens without warning, is usually painless and described as tingling or numbness, skin crawling or itching. Now, what do you understand by hyperesthesia? It is a condition that involves an abnormal increase in sensitivity to stimuli of senses. When a non-noxious stimulus causes the sensation of pain, the area will be termed hyperesthetic. What are you understand by fasciculations? A fasciculation or muscle twitch is a small local involuntary muscle contraction and relaxation which may be visible under the skin. Deeper areas can be detected by electromyography testing. Through they can happen in any skeletal muscle in the body. Now, bulbar paralytic polio. Dysfunction of the cranial nerves and medullary centers are the dominant features. Hypertension and autonomic disturbance are common. Associated paralysis may occur. Now, polioencephalitis. Higher brain centers are involved. Seizures, coma, spastic paralysis may occur. Irritability, disorientations, drowsiness and coarse tremors are often present with peripheral or cranial nerve paralysis that coexist or ensues. Hypoxia or hypercapnia due to respiratory insufficiency may produce disorientation without true encephalitis. All about for polioencephalitis. Now, what are you understand by seizures? I define. It is the definition of seizure is a sudden attack, forced taking or capture. An example of a seizure is the action when a person's body suddenly jerks uncontrollably. What do you understand by disorientation? Disorientation is the condition of having lost one's sense of direction. What do you understand about for coarse tremors? A coarse tremors has a large displacement where a fine tremor is barely noticeable. Tremors may be unifocal, multifocal or generalized and may affect the head, face, jaw, voice, tongue extremities. Now, lastly, what you understand by hypercapnia? Hypercapnia is excess carbon dioxide build up in your body. The condition also described as hypercapnia, hypercarbia or carbon dioxide retention can cause effects such as headache, dizziness and fatigue, as well as serious complications such as seizures or loss of consciousness. What are the diagnoses? in diagnosis. Poliomyelitis should be considered in any unimmunized or incompletely immunized child with paralytic disease. WHO recommends that laboratory diagnosis of poliomyelitis can be confirmed by isolation and identification of poliovirus in the stool. So, 2 stool specimens should be collected 24 से 48 hours apart as soon as possible after the diagnosis of poliomyelitis is suspected. The optimal time for collection of stool specimens is the first week after the onset of paralysis. The CSF, while often normal during the minor illness, with CSF involvement, demonstrate a pileocytosis of 2 to 300 cells, 20 to 300 cells per mm3, with normal or slightly elevated protein during first week. During second week, cells fall to normal and protein elevated up to 50 to 100 mg per dl. Serological testing demonstrates seroconversion or a four-fold or greater increase in antibody titers when measured during the acute phase of illness and 3 to 5 weeks later. What do you understand by pileocytosis? Pileocytosis is the presence of an abnormally large number of lymphocytes in the cerebrospinal fluids. What are the differential diagnoses? What are the DD? Poliomyelitis should be considered in the differential diagnosis of any cases of acute flaccid paralysis. गुलियन-बार सिंड्रोम ये हो सकता है, एंड इन्फेक्शियस में नॉन पोलियो एंटेरोवायरस, वेस्ट नाइल वायरस, रेबीज, वर्सेला, बोटुलिज्म, एक्यूट ट्रांसफर माइलाइटिस हो सकता है, टिक बाइट पैरालिसिस हो सकता है, पोलियो मायोसाइटिस हो सकता है. बेटा पहले इन सब के बारे में जानोगे तभी तो डिफरेंशियल डायग्नोसिस लिखोगे. तो फर्स्टली व्हाट यू अंडरस्टैंड बाय गुलियन बर्ड सिंड्रोम. बहुत बार हम लोगों ने पढ़ा है लेकिन याद नहीं रहता है. सो Guillain-Barré syndrome are, this is a syndrome is a rare disorder in which your body's immune system attacks your nerves. Weakness and tingling in your extremities are usually the first symptoms. These sensations can quickly spread, eventually paralyzing your whole body. Now botulism. Students, botulism is a rare and potential fatal illness caused by a toxin produced by the bacterium Clostridium botulinum. The disease begins with weakness, blurred vision, feeling tired and trouble speaking. Now next, what do you understand by acute transfer myelitis? Acute transfer myelitis is acute inflammation of grey and white matter in one or more adjacent spinal cord segments, usually thoracic. Causes include multiple sclerosis, neuromyelitis optica, infections, autoimmune or post-infectious inflammation, vasculitis, and certain drugs. Now, what do you understand by tick bite paralysis? Tick bite paralysis results from injection of toxin from tick salivary glands during a blood meal. The toxin causes symptoms within 2 to 7 days, beginning with weakness in both legs and progress to paralysis. The paralysis ascends to the trunk, arms, and head within hour and may lead to respiratory failure and death. This is the difference between poliomyelitis and Guillain-Barré syndrome. See this. सिम्टम्स क्या है इसमें? फीवर है, हेडेक है, मेनिंजियल साइंस है. GBS में क्या है? लेस नोटेबल सिंड्रोम्स हैं. इसमें 24 से 48 आवर्स लगते हैं. इसमें विद इन आवर या 10 डेज़ में होता है. ये एसिम्टोमेट्रिक है, सिमेट्रिक है. इसमें सेंसरी चेंजेस नहीं है. GBS में कॉमन है. पैरामेडिकल साइंस, पैरामाइडल साइंस पोलियोमाइलाइटिस में एब्सेंट है और इसमें जो है कॉमन है. रेजिडुअल पैरालिसिस इसमें प्रेजेंट है. उसमें प्रेजेंट और प्रेजेंट भी हो सकते हैं, नहीं भी हो सकते हैं. CSF पीलियोसाइटोसिस विथ नॉर्मल और स्लाइटली एलिवेटेड प्रोटीन है, जबकि GBS में फ्यू सेल्स विद हाई प्रोटीन. व्हाट आर द ट्रीटमेंट? There is no specific antiviral treatment for poliomyelitis. The management is supportive and aimed at limiting progression of disease, prevention of ensuing skeletal deformities, and preparation of the child and family for prolonged treatment required and for permanent disability if this seems likely. Abruptive and non-paralytic polio. एबॉर्टिव में क्या है? सपोर्टिव मैनेजमेंट्स क्या हो सकता है इसमें? डाइट, बेड रेस्ट है टिल फीवर्स डिसअपियर, केयरफुल न्यूरोलॉजिकल एंड मस्कुलोस्केलेटल एग्जामिनेशन 2 months आफ्टर रिकवरी टू डिटेक्ट माइनर डिफेक्ट्स. पैरालिटिक पोलियोमाइलाइटिस में ट्रीटमेंट कंप्लीट बेड रेस्ट होगा इन काल्म एटमॉस्फेयर फॉर 1 to 3 weeks. सपोर्टिव मैनेजमेंट इज नीडेड. What are the complications? Acute gastric previous slide थी बेटा. Complications are acute gastric dilatation may occur abruptly, melena from superficial intestinal erosions, perforation is rare, mild hypertension है. In later stage, because of embolization, hypertension may occur along with hypercalcemia, nephrocalcinosis, and vascular lesions. ECG abnormalities suggest myocarditis, not rare. VAP, VAPP. What do you understand by VAP? It is vaccine-associated paralytic polio. Again, I repeat, vaccine-associated paralytic polio. Very rare, 1 by 6.2 millions, but the risk of paralysis in the immunodeficient recipient may be as much as 6,800 times that in normal subjects. OPV is safe. Vaccine strains don't replicate in the CNS. However, reversion in the small intestine occurs occasionally with access the CNS via peripheral nerves causing VAP. VAP should be considered in any child with paralytic disease occurring 7 to 14 days or at later times after receiving OPV in countries or regions where wild type poliovirus has been eradicated and the OPV has been administered to the child or a contact. What are the prognosis? Inapparent abruptopolio and aseptic meningitis have a good prognosis है. बल्बर पोलियो लेस सीवियर डिजीज़ है. इसमें मोर्टालिटी रेट जो है in severe bulbar disease is as high in 60% and 5 to 10% in less severe disease. Recovery form of paralysis is usually up to 6 months, after which paralysis is permanent. Post polio syndrome, 30 to 40 of patients who survived paralytic polio may develop exacerbation or new weakness and muscle pain 30 to 40 years after infection. What are the conclusion? Conclusion is it is acute enteroviral illness. Most devastating result is paralysis. Diagnosis considered in the differential diagnosis of any cases of paralysis. Vaccination is the only effective method of prevention. So, any questions, student? If you have any questions, then you call on my number. Thank you.